They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures.
Favors the strong, doesn't favor the weak. If you don't get fortune in life, it doesn't come your way, man. You have to create it, man. You have to create your opportunities in life. They'll come in disguise. Well, if you're working hard and your pulse of life is always beating, that disguise goes seen. And those people that feel down and that are the losers of society, they're always looking for excuses. We're the winners looking for solutions. Those opportunities come in disguises where if you're in it to win it, and that's the mentality, you see right through that disguise and you jump at it. For some people are like, what are you doing? And they're so simple you're doing it. They don't understand it because they're not in it to win it. They're mentally already lost it. They've given up before they even started because mentally they don't believe in themselves. So, that's again, it's like when the winds of life don't hit your sail, you grab the oar of life. And you start pushing your body, your boat, your vessel into the harbor of a known point that you want to be.
We get to Rio, take a underpass and sunburn down to Predator Soul.
What would you do? Very far from where you are.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have a good time, please? Okay, wonderful. Have you had a car on PCP or HP through 2015 to 2021?
Yeah.
Have you made potential technical compensation?
I've seen it, but I can never remember my old registration plate, so I don't get through the form.
Even better. You don't need your registration plate, you don't need any forms or anything.
Yeah, but what are the agreements?
Don't need those either. All you need to do is enter your name, a few quick details into a free online form, which I'm going to give to you now, and it'll take you a little 60 seconds to give potential claim for compensation. Can you do it now? Okay, you go to finance.co.uk. Right, David, let's see how much you could potentially be owed.
And that impressed me, that has. It's found both of them, two of them.
The water and the jogger actually, look at this.
I should have done this earlier, but I'm stopping this one now. I'm finished. I got to prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
It's the what if I could pull off a miracle. What if I could become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms. Because it makes me just like, what if I could be that guy that people who call me this and that? And now, I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
Pressure changes everything. Some people you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold. You summon your talent at will, and you deliver on a deadline. Go sleep now.
David Goggins, a hero being. Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Kill the boy. Don't show. Kill the boy. And let the man live.
Out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 of them are just targets. 10 do most of, or 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training, I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that one.
Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. You're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around. They look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that take anything.
You see that look right there? Don't ever let a man see you like that. Cause you give him the power over you. You gotta take the L, you take it with your head up, chest out. Like a man.
Dr. Kai had a tear in his eye. I could tell he felt for me. Then he said, son, I'm sorry to say you're not going to box again. And I looked at him. I said, no, Dr. Kai, you're wrong. I ain't going to box again. See, you don't understand what kind of man I am.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change.
If you had to create humans, what would you put them through to make them happy? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life. What would you put them through to make them patient? You probably wouldn't be putting things immediately. And so it's like we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. It's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframe the period of life that they're going through as the product that they're paying out of their wallet, but their wallet is their time, just seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people will be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80 something years old and I'm looking back and I want to have these traits, but in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
Everything counts. Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No. When you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts. And it's all going on the plus side of your ledger.
It's a moment in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight I did something, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy.
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friends, so I try and avoid it.
You're up too old. What's the story? Are you not happy or you're only half happy?
Still be happy about it.
You're up too old.
The job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast. So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed. I put on my gear and I head downstairs. But when I get there, Kobe's already there. With ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me. He had already worked out. He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me. That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures. And that's what I hope to communicate to anyone watching this.
I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art, and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have